Part of understanding the problem, again, is knowing our definitions. We're starting with two even integers. We know that n is even and m is even. This is how we're calling them. What do we want? We want that their sum is even, right? That means that m plus m is even. What is the definition of even? Right? We know that even means that this integer n is a multiple of 2. Right? What does that mean? It's 2 times an integer for any integer a. Right? Again, we have another arbitrary integer. We're going to give it a name, right? So we can use this in an equation. M is also even, so we're going to write that down. M is equal to 2 times another integer. It's just some arbitrary integer. We don't know anything about this integer, so we have to give it a different name. This is not necessarily going to be the same integer as for n, right? So we have to give it a different name. This one we're going to call b. For our conclusion, we want that n plus m is even. So what does that mean? Right? It means that n plus m has to be a multiple of 2, right? So that has to be equal to 2 times yet another integer, some arbitrary integer that we know nothing about. So we're going to give that a different name, right? So that one we'll call k. In this case, our domain, right, our context are the integers, right? We're just working with even integers, so we're just working with integers. So we got to know the rules that apply to integers. That's going to mean some of our operations, right? So our adding, our multiplying, and our subtracting. When we do these operations with any integer, we are always going to get another integer, right? Integers are closed under addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Right? Every time we add, multiply, subtract two integers, we get another integer. We're talking about adding integers, so that means we got to know the rules of arithmetic. So think about this. What are all the operations that we're doing on these integers? We're going to add them, right? We're going to need to add n plus m. What other operation are we using here? Yes, multiplying is exactly right. Right? So we have multiples of 2. That means we're multiplying some integers. So we're going to need some of the rules of arithmetic that deal with addition and multiplication. And maybe the first thing that should come to mind is going to be distribution. Right? Distribution tells us that when we're multiplying over an addition, that's the same thing as adding the multiplications. Right? So we're multiplying a times the sum of b and c. That is the same thing as multiplying a times b and adding that to a times c. And remember, these laws go both ways, right? It's an equal sign, so each side is equal to the other.